Hello everybody, welcome to iExamB's Legal Week. This is Amrita, your law faculty at iExamB. In this video, I have come up with another question that is relating to Judiciary Mains answer writing series that we have started at Legal Week. इस सीरीज के काफ़ी बेनिफिट्स हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपके काफ़ी सारे कंसेप्ट्स रिवाइज हो जाते हैं फ्रॉम डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स दैट वी आर ब्रिंगिंग एंड आपके कंसेप्ट्स क्लियर हो जाते हैं. अगर आपके कोई भी क्वेरीज हैं आप हमें डायरेक्टली इस वीडियो के कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख सकते हैं. एंड अगर आपको किसी भी चीज़ में डाउट है आप हमें आंसर की भी रिक्वायरमेंट अगर आपकी है सो यू कैन डायरेक्टली राइट टू अस in the comment section of this video. You can write to us at hello@iexamb.com, call on this number, and also I would suggest visit the website www.iexamb.com for more details. इससे आपके और benefits ये होंगे कि आप एक आंसर को प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं. उसमें किस तरीके के इनपुट्स होने चाहिए ये हम आपको इस वीडियो में एक्सप्लेन करते हैं. सो you not only get the model answer but you also get certain tips that how you have to maintain a flow in your answer, what kind of points you need to include in your answer depending upon the topic. So this series is very beneficial. If you have not gone through the remaining videos, I would suggest that you go through the playlist of Legal Beat. And for that, don't forget to press the bell icon and subscribe to Legal Beat. So in this video, I have come up with the 7th question from the series of Judiciary Mains answer writing practice. And the 7th question is from CPC. But before we start with that, I would give you one more important update that we have a free workshop arranged at Legal Bee जो बहुत ही जल्द होने वाला है. So उसके details भी आप check कर सकते हैं. It is an expert session with Robin Dutt sir, who is a senior counsel having experience of more than 25 years. He is practicing at Punjab and Haryana High Court and the Supreme Court of India. So he can best guide you on litigation, judiciary and various other exams that you can give after completing your law, or else if you have already completed आपके practice में कुछ difficulties हैं तो आप इनके साथ सारे queries अपने discuss कर सकते हैं. It's a free workshop, so don't forget to check the details and register for it as soon as possible. वीडियो के description में आपको सारे details मिल जाएंगे. What is preliminary decree and in what cases such a decree is passed? This is the 7th question. Enumerate the types of suits in which the Code of Civil Procedure provides for passing of a preliminary decree. So the topic that has been taken today for discussion of Judiciary Mains answer writing is that a preliminary decree, what it is, and some cases also you need to enumerate in this question. That is, you have to give certain examples. Case in the sense not case laws. What they are trying to ask you here, that the suits in which a preliminary decree can be passed. So ये CPC का question है, काफ़ी important है. I will let you know what kind of suits can be the example of this preliminary decree. But पहले हमें start करना होगा अपना answer decree के concept से. Decree is a very important topic from CPC. Is as per section 2 clause 2 of CPC. It means a formal expression of an adjudication which, so far as regards the court expressing it, conclusively determines the rights of the parties. Conclusively determines the rights of the parties is the exclusive feature of a decree, and ये decree को बाकी चीज़ों से distinguish करता है, ऑर्डर से डिस्टिंग्विश करता है. ऑर्डर सिर्फ एक फॉर्मल एक्सप्रेशन है लेकिन वो राइट्स को कंक्लूसिवली डिटरमाइन करे ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है. ऑर्डर कैन बी अ सिंपल एडजर्नमेंट ऑर्डर एज वेल. सो दीज कॉन्सेप्ट्स शुड बी वेरी क्लियर व्हेन यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर CPC. कमिंग बैक टू डिक्री, द डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिक्री यू हैव टू स्टार्ट. इन दैट ओनली यू विल फाइंड there a passing reference has been made to preliminary decree and final decree. Exclusively you don't have any definition for preliminary decree in CPC and final decree in CPC, but it has been recognized under section 2 clause 2 of CPC itself. So it makes it clear that the interpretation we can apply that we have preliminary decree and final decree concept. Even we have partly preliminary and partly final decree concept that is mentioned in the explanation clause of this section 2 clause 2. So वो भी आपको यहाँ पे mention करना होगा. Other than that, then you can come towards the topic where adjudication decides the rights of the parties with regard to any matter of controversy but does not completely dispose of that suit. That kind of decree is preliminary decree. पूरी तरीके से सूट डिस्पोज नहीं हो रहा है. सो बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन देने के बाद आपने जल्दी से पॉइंट पर आना भी जरूरी है, बिकॉज यू हैव टू डिफाइन प्रिलिमिनरी डिक्री फर्स्ट. द सूट इज सेट टू बी पेंडिंग इवन इफ द प्रिलिमिनरी डिक्री इज पास्ड. Only after the final decree is passed, suit is disposed of, and for that purpose there is no application of Limitation Act also. This is also another important point over here, that Limitation Act is not applicable if the preliminary decree is passed. Means final decree should be passed if we have to make Limitation Act applicable. This was also discussed in a case law, Shubkaran Bubna versus Sita Saran Bubna and others 2009. So ये केस लॉ भी आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हैं. It is very important case law. Now enumerating the different types of suits in which we can see that preliminary decree is passed. Suits for partition and separate possession में preliminary decree pass हो सकती है. Suit for possession and means profits, मॉर्गेज सूट्स में पास हो सकती है, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सूट्स में पास हो सकती है, सूट फॉर प्रीएम्प्शन में पास हो सकती है, डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ पार्टनरशिप एंड रेंडिशन ऑफ अकाउंट्स में भी प्रीलिमिनरी डिग्री पास हो सकती है. तो यहाँ पे आपको एग्जांपल्स देना जरूरी है, बिकॉज उन्होंने पूछा है दैट यू हैव टू इन्यूमरेट, दैट इज द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, दैट यू हैव टू मेंशन इन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ सूट्स अ प्रीलिमिनरी डिग्री कैन बी पास्ड. सो एटलीस्ट 4-5 सूट्स you have to mention over there. So for that your concept should be very clear that where it can be passed, and generally it is a very broad concept. Preliminary decree pass हो ही सकती है. सूट पार्टीशन सेपरेट पोजेशन तो it goes without saying कि इसमें होती है generally. Even principal and agent accounts में भी preliminary decree pass हो सकती है. So you can enlist that. You can also go on defining it further in 1 or 2 lines each suit. If possible, you can do that as well. It will add more beauty to your answer. Now we can take up one illustration based explanation here. This will again modify and enhance your answer more, that your concept is very clear and you are even able to give illustrations. That in a suit for partition, a party is declared that he is entitled to half a share in the suit of the properties. But the actual demarcation and identity of his share will be determined in final decree proceedings only. So here half of the share that has been determined entitled to that party is the preliminary decree, and when it will be actually demarcated, that which part of the property, subject matter of the property, identifying that part, that which will belong to whom, that is what is a part of the final determination of the suit, and that will be final decree. So ये illustration काफी अच्छा illustration है इसे समझने के लिए. Now next question, next point that we can take up over here is the number of preliminary decrees that can be passed in a suit. So it goes without saying that there is no such kind of restriction mentioned in CPC, and there is no restricted number of decrees that can be passed. Preliminary decrees, final decree एक ही होती है, preliminary decrees एक से ज़्यादा हो सकती हैं. And this was also held in a case Fulchand versus Gopal Lal, that the court can pass any number of preliminary decrees before passing of a final decree. So that also you can explain over here. Section 97 of CPC is one more important element that we can add over here, because this answer has to be covering all the answers, all the points that are relevant over here. So you can add one more point over here, section 97 of CPC, that specifically talks about appeal from final decree, that where no appeal is filed from preliminary decree. दैट मीन्स प्रीलिमिनरी डिग्री के लिए आपको अलग से अपील फाइल करनी होती है. इस प्रोविजन में, यहाँ पे मैंने प्रोविजन भी कोट किया है, वेर एनी पार्टी अग्रीड बाय प्रीलिमिनरी डिग्री पास्ड आफ्टर द कमेंसमेंट ऑफ दिस कोर्ट डज नॉट अपील फ्रॉम सच डिग्री, ही शैल बी प्रिक्लूडेड फ्रॉम डिस्प्यूटिंग इट्स करेक्टनेस इन एनी अपील which may be preferred from the final decree. यानी कि जब फाइनल डिग्री से अपील फाइल होगी, at that time the appeal cannot be raised against preliminary decree. For preliminary decree you have to file separate appeal under section 97 of CPC, and when you are filing final decree appeal, that is under section 96 of CPC, at that time you cannot advance any arguments against the preliminary decree. So ये भी एक बहुत important point है, and ये provisions भी आपको यहाँ पे कोट करने जरूरी है. हो सके तो यहाँ पे आप सेक्शन, हो सके तो नहीं, एटलीस्ट एक्चुअली यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू डू दैट, सेक्शन 96 को भी आप यहाँ पे कोट कर सकते हैं, एज इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोविजन ओवर हियर. जनरल है अपील्स फ्रॉम डिक्रीज को लेके, लेकिन इट शोज दैट यू आर हैविंग एक्यूरेट नॉलेज अबाउट 96 एज वेल एज 97. एट दिस टाइम दीज थिंग्स आर चेक्ड बाय द एग्जामिनर. व्हेन यू आर ड्राफ्टिंग योर आंसर, ट्राई टू बी मोर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव. So this is a clear distinction that have been made in preliminary and final decree over here. Objective of preliminary decree is restricted to preliminary decree, इसलिए उसका अपील भी रेस्ट्रिक्ट कर दिया गया है. अगर पहले वो अवेल नहीं किया जाता है तो एस्टॉपल और वेवर का प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई होगा, एंड लेटर ऑन that person cannot claim it in the final decree. Preliminary is preliminary, final is final. So in this way you have to draft an answer for your question. This preliminary decree concept is not very vast and it is not discussed much in CPC, but you can see कि आपको अगर आंसर राइटिंग की स्किल आती है तो आप किस तरीके से इन पॉइंट्स को एलैबोरेट कर सकते हैं, कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली रिलेटेड चीज़ें कवर कर सकते हैं, एंड इन चीज़ों में आपने एक ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन बैकग्राउंड सेट करना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है व्हेनेवर यू आर राइटिंग एनी क्वेश्चन लाइक दिस. जैसे आपने डिग्री से रिलेटेड पूछा है, भले ही प्रिलिमिनरी डिग्री से पूछा है, बट स्टार्ट आपको डिग्री से ही करना होगा. Like this you have to develop your skills of writing any answer, and I would suggest download this PPT and keep these answers. Check the playlist also, there are more questions that have been discussed. Keep these answers as your reference, for your ready reference. It is very helpful, and if you have any queries you can come to us anytime at iExamB's Legal B, and don't forget to subscribe. Prepare 50% faster with iExamB. Thank you everybody.